Okay, so my presentation is on how food and hormones affect skin health. These are the two ways to go when it comes to skin health and general health. So, causes of aging skin: stress, lack of nutrients, including antioxidants, lack of water, causing dehydration and dehydrated skin, sun damage, so UV rays damage the skin cells, acidity versus alkalinity, so that's having an acidic diet versus an alkaline diet, drugs, alcohol, chemical exposure, which is basically toxicity, and eating the wrong foods. So in this picture, you can see younger skin. It's hydrated, it's got elasticity, and it's firm. And at 35 years, you're not seeing any wrinkles. Versus aging skin, where the wrinkles are starting, there's age spots starting, and there's dehydration, and that shows in crepiness of the skin. And so you can see how the wrinkles start to form at 45 years of age and then get deeper as you get older. So the key is to stop eating the worst foods for your skin and say goodbye to acne-prone, inflamed skin. So the worst foods are right in that picture. So this is the list: coffee, sugar, dairy, alcohol, baked goods, which cause glycation or ages, AGES. And this occurs when there's a combination of protein plus sugar, fatty meats, and junk or processed foods. They're all the worst things for the skin. Coffee and dairy cause dark circles under the eyes, as does meat. And so how food affects the face. So I have a book that shows pictures of, and hopefully you can see, this is what a gluten face looks like. Can you see that okay? So it's spots on the forehead, puffy cheeks and jowls, redness or red spots on the cheeks, and dark patches on the chin. And so gluten is basically wheat, rye, spelt, and wheat is pretty much in everything. And gluten-free is amaranth, buckwheat, rice, chia, quinoa, and teff. So you can find gluten-free breads, gluten-free bagels, even in Walmart in the freezer section.
Wow.
Yeah. And you can make your own. The next is sugar face. So if you can see this picture, so the sugar face shows as lines and wrinkles on the upper forehead, sagging under the eyes, spots all over the face, cystic acne, a gaunt look to the face, thinning skin, and dark grayish or a pasty hue to the skin. And then this is a wine or alcohol face. Somebody's got some noise in the background. If you could please mute. So wine or alcohol face, pronounced lines or spots below, between the brows, droopy eyelids, pronounced fine lines and wrinkles under the eyes, dehydrated skin with feathery lines on the cheeks, and enlarged pores, reddish tone to the skin, and deep nasolabial folds, which are the laugh lines. So that's a wine or alcohol face. And then this is the dairy face. So it looks like, where is it now? swollen eyelids, under eye bags, darkness under the eyes, acne and spots all over the face, pale cheeks, and spots in the chin area. So those are the worst foods for the skin. So the best diet for the skin is plenty of fruits and vegetables and 50% or more raw, if you can handle it. Certain body types can handle raw more than others. As much organic as possible. And this is shown in Kirlian photography. So if you look up Kirlian photography, you'll see pictures of fruits and vegetables where a special camera was used that shows the light coming off of them. And there's so much more light coming off of organic fruits and vegetables compared to non-organic. So it's basically showing the amount of energy within it. And plenty of water, and it should be filtered and alkaline. And ideally, we drink 1 ounce per pound of body weight with lemon or lime and a pinch of sea salt. And that way we're getting minerals in the sea salt, alkalinity with the lemon and lime, and support for the liver. And the filtration is essential because our water is full of toxins. So here's a list of some of the top foods for the skin: blueberries, carrots, pumpkin seeds, salmon, coconut, cucumber, grapefruit, kale, cacao, papaya, raspberries, and tofu. And the best foods for the skin as well are oatmeal, which helps to protect against that glycation that happens when you combine a protein with a sugar, which causes free radical damage. Green tea or matcha, which contains really potent antioxidants called EGCG. Bone broth, which contains collagen and sauerkraut, which rebuilds the microbiome, which is bacteria and viruses and all of the milieu of microorganisms that we need in our gut to be healthy. So that would be homemade sauerkraut or organic sauerkraut eaten raw. Herbal teas such as ginger, chamomile, peppermint, and nettle. Turmeric, which contains curcumin, which is anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, and a detoxifier. So it's really a phenomenal spice. Radish, which contains sulfur, silica, and vitamin C. Celery juice, which I'll talk about in a later slide, but it makes the skin glow and it helps increase hydrochloric acid so that you can digest protein better. And berries, which contain high amounts of antioxidants, which are protecting against free radical damage. And free radical damage is the reason why the skin is aging, or one of them. Best foods for the skin: coconut water, which contains water and electrolytes. Avocado for the healthy oils and skin emollients. Wild salmon with omega-3s, which decrease inflammation. Oregano, rosemary, ginger, and garlic, which are all rich in minerals and antioxidants. Colorful fruits and vegetables that contain phytonutrients and antioxidants. And amla, if you've ever heard of that one, is a berry that has the highest amount of antioxidants in it. I buy it as a powder, and I get all of my powders, medicinal herbs, and some foods as well, from Organic Matters, or omfoods.com. It's an online company from Nelson. They have good prices and excellent products. So I get my amla berry powder there and put it in my smoothies. Vitamin A rich foods are important, like carrot, yam, leafy greens that protect from UV rays, premature wrinkles, and bumps under the skin. And so, you know, some people have bumps under their, in their tricep area of the skin, and that's a sign of a vitamin A deficiency. Wow. And vitamin C rich foods are broccoli, citrus fruits, strawberries, bell peppers, And that's all. Vitamin C is required for collagen synthesis. So the impact of hormones on the skin. When estrogen is in excess, it causes acne all over the face. And a sign of this, of estrogen excess, is weight gain in the hips and thighs specifically. So the pear-shaped body. And high estrogen levels are caused by non-organic meat and dairy, and non-organic produce, because pesticides and herbicides are estrogenic. Beer is also estrogenic. And so that's why estrogen goes into excess. Also, plastics are estrogenic and toxic. So especially oils in plastic bottles, it's not a good thing. Testosterone excess it shows up as acne on the lower part of the face, chest and back, and cystic acne. And testosterone will go into excess when people over-exercise, like marathon runners or cyclists, or just people that over-exercise. That's when testosterone will go high. And just in general, blackheads are a sign of acidity. And so acidic foods are sugar, coffee, meat, bread, versus alkaline foods, which are all the fruits and vegetables, basically. Dairy will cause bumps under the skin. So it's not smooth, and you can feel them and you can see them. Dairy will also cause dark under eye circles, and it's mucus forming, so it can cause nasal congestion and lung congestion as well. Adrenal exhaustion shows up as dark under eye circles and deep sunken eyes. And adrenal exhaustion occurs when people are overworked, they don't get enough sleep, and they don't have routine in their lives, and that's pretty common. Anemia will show up as a pale complexion and dark under eye circles. And anemia is common, very common, actually. And so getting the iron up is essential. And you can take non-constipating, highly absorbable forms of iron, especially if it's from a professional product line like Douglas Labs or Pure Encapsulations. Vitamin C and B12 are required for iron absorption. And also from a food source, blackstrap molasses is excellent because it's full of minerals, including iron. And you can just put that into a tea or a fake coffee or something like that. And then when the liver is affected or not functioning properly, this will show up as the whites of the eyes being a bit yellow, and will cause the complexion to have a greenish tinge to it. So eczema and psoriasis, this can be caused by Epstein-Barr virus, and this virus feeds on toxins, both heavy metals and chemical toxins. It feeds on stress hormones, on gluten, dairy, corn, soy, and egg. So eating these foods will make eczema and psoriasis worse. Also, salt, meat, sugar, and processed foods aggravate eczema and psoriasis. And this virus creates dermatoxins, which are toxins that come out through the skin. So in order to heal it, we need to be eating white cabbage, which is basically the green cabbage, raw homemade sauerkraut or organic sauerkraut, kohlrabi leaves. So kohlrabi is the turnip cabbage, and the sparse green leaves off of it are full of calcium, which are very healing. We need to increase fluids and fresh juices, and specifically blueberry, blackberry, and bilberry juices are excellent. So you could buy those as frozen berries and then thaw them and juice them. Also, liver support is important, and you can do that with supplementation and herbs. Homeopathics can treat very effectively both eczema and psoriasis. Not sure why I'm echoing. Maybe it's just me. And then for psoriasis, a raw food diet is essential. I would recommend seeing a naturopathic doctor for either of these conditions. You can also get food sensitivity testing done. Celery juice cleanse. So this would be an excellent way to improve your skin health and your general health because of all of the benefits listed there. So for 30 days, you can drink 4, 8, 16, or 32 ounces a day. The celery juice needs to be juiced and drunk alone, not blended or mixed, and it needs to be the juice. And then you can follow it with a healthy breakfast without fat or oil, such as oatmeal or a smoothie, and drink plenty of filtered water. Avoid the problematic foods that I mentioned earlier. And there's the list of benefits for you. So celery juice is pretty amazing. And you don't have to limit it to 30 days. You can keep going forever if you like. And, you know, it can be on and off, but that would be a very healthy thing for you to do. And when you drink celery juice, your skin literally glows. Like people will look at you and say, wow, what are you doing? You look amazing. Your skin is glowing. That's what causes it, celery juice. So clinic offerings at White Orchid and Vital Synergy. I'm offering $100 off of platelet-rich plasma for September. So platelet-rich plasma is where I draw blood, spin it, separate the red and white blood cells from the plasma, the clear part of the blood, and I re-inject that into the face, and it builds collagen and elastin. So it tightens and tones, it fills in lines and wrinkles, it lightens dark circles under the eyes, it tightens under the chin, it lessens the depth of the lines on the neck and on the face, and it helps the skin to glow as well. You know, some people, it's very dramatic. One treatment makes a huge difference. In others, they need more treatments. And in a younger face where there's not much damage, they may not see a huge change, but it's definitely doing something. And there's 2 different treatments. You can treat the skin itself, and I usually use a gun, the U225 gun to inject with. So that's treating the skin all over. And the other option is to inject it deep to the bone where the facial muscles, the ligament that attaches to the facial muscle, that ligament where it attaches to the bone is where I inject. And that injection shortens that ligament, which lifts the muscle, which creates a facelift, basically. So it's very powerful and a great idea. The Core Healing Anti-Aging Program, I'm starting my next one September 21st. This is an online program where I take the group step by step back to optimal health, optimal weight, and optimal energy by following a specific menu plan, diet, and taking certain supplements that I've formulated, core healing supplements. And those go into a heavy metal detox smoothie in the morning. So celery juice is part of that. And people that have done the program have reversed their symptoms, lost weight in inches if they needed to, and felt and looked amazing. So I highly recommend it. We're all full of toxins. We can't help it. It's just our environment, but some people would greatly benefit and notice the difference, especially if they're suffering from a chronic disease or some kind of serious issues, health issues, energy issues, weight issues. So I highly recommend that. And in fact, next year, if COVID is over by then, I will be taking a group on a wellness retreat to Costa Rica. And we'll be incorporating some of this core healing anti-aging program there as well. And finally, I offer IV therapy either as an IV drip or a push, which is a smaller syringe of vitamins and minerals and glutathione as well to improve health and improve skin health. And I offer the products that are listed below, a hair, skin, and nail formula. So I formulated some of these products here, digestion healer and detox powder and a heavy metal extractor. And then I created a recipe book and a detox herbal tea blend. And I also offer facial cups for sale, which are rubber silicone type cups that you put a little bit of oil on your face, and then you suction and move it up your face, and it actually creates tone to the face. So everything helps, and we need to do as much as we can to stay looking young and feeling young and thinking young. So thanks so much for attending. My name is Dr. Terry Van Alstyne. Sorry, I didn't introduce myself in the beginning. I practice in Yale 10 at White Orchid in North Vancouver at Vital Synergy, and from home in Whistler. And my website is corahealing.ca.